Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how to install Cisco ASDM in Windows PC and how to do some basic configurations using ASDM. This is the topology we are going to use for today's lab. To install ASDM in our Windows PC, we need to have Java applications in our Windows PC. To download Java, I'm going to connect our Windows PC directly into internet. So what I'll do, I'll remove these connections from here. I'll start the PC now. My Windows PC booted already. Before downloading, I'll check the internet connectivity. It received the IP address from my ISP router. Now I'll check the internet connectivity in google.com. It is working fine. Now I'll open the web browser. I'll type java.com. Now we have to download Java. Scroll down. Download Java. The bottom of the screen, click Run. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Click Yes. Now open the Java installation wizard from the taskbar and click Install. Now it is installing. Now we have successfully installed Java in our Windows PC. I'll close this. Now I will shut down this PC. Now I will connect our Windows PC to this switch. Connect this ASA firewall to cloud internet. I will turn on all the devices. Now I will go to Windows PC and configure the IP address for that. We'll open the command prompt. Type ncpa.cpl to open the network connections page. In that, select your Ethernet adapter. Right click on that. Click Properties. Select Internet Protocol version 4. Click Properties. Here we have to use the IP address. Earlier we have configured for dynamic IP address. Now we are going to configure static IP address. So select this one, use the following IP address. Our IP address is, we'll see in the topology. We are going to configure it in 172.16.1.0 subnet. So our IP address is 1.1. 172.16.1.1. Subnet mask is 255.0. Our default gateway is our ASA firewall G00 interface. That is 172.16.1.25. 172.16.1.25. And we have to use the DNS server. I'll use 8.8.8.8. This is Google DNS server IP address. Click OK. Click close. Close. Use ipconfig to check the IP configurations. Here we can check the IP address we have just now configured. Now I'll go back to ASA firewall. Now I will open the ASA firewall. This is firewall console. I'll type enable. Press enter. There's no password. I'll go to configuration mode. Type no. Now I'm going to configure the interface IP address. First, I will configure for interface G0/0. I'll name this interface as inside, and security level automatically sets as 100 for inside interface. Next, I will configure the IP address for this interface. The IP address is 172.16.1.25, 255.255.255.0, 24-bit subnet mask. I'll give no shut. I'll save these configurations. Now I will check the connectivity from my ASA firewall to Windows PC. I'll ping 172.16.1.1. This is Windows PC IP address. It is working fine. Actually, I have turned off the Windows firewall. In lab environment, you can turn off the Windows firewall, then only the ping will work. So I'll go back to Windows PC and check the connectivity from there. I'll ping the IP address of ASA firewall inside interface. The ping is working fine. Next, we are going to install ASDM in Windows PC. To install ASDM, we need to enable HTTPS services in ASA firewall. So now I'll go back to ASA firewall console. First, I will configure the user database. We need local user database, username. I will use admin, and password Cisco, and privilege I'll give 15. Next, we are going to enable HTTPS services. The command is http server enable. Next, from which subnet we are going to allow these HTTPS services. So to configure that, the command is http. We are going to allow from inside subnet, that is 172.16.1.0, 255.255.255.0, and which interface we are going to allow from inside interface. So type inside. Now we have successfully enabled the HTTPS services in our ASA firewall. I'll save this configuration. I'll once again go back to our Windows PC. I'll open the web browser. Here I will type the IP address of our ASA firewall 172.16.1.25. It is not working because we have given HTTP but we have to type HTTPS here. ASA will allow the HTTPS only. Now it is showing certificate error. For the lab purpose, we can allow this. Go on to the page. Now we came into the installation page. Click on install ASDM launcher. Click on this. Now we have to type our credentials, which we have configured in ASA. Our username is admin. Password is Cisco. Click OK. The bottom of the screen. Click run. Click run. Open the wizard, installation wizard. Click next. Click next. Click install. Do you want to allow this app? Yes. Click finish. Now we have successfully installed the Cisco ASDM in our Windows PC. After installation, ASDM launched automatically. On the left side also we can see it installed as desktop app on this window, launcher window. Here we can see device IP address. Here we have to give the IP address of our ASA firewall inside interface 172.16.1.25, username admin, and password Cisco, which we have configured in ASA CLI. I'll click the username, remember the username, and click OK. Do you want to continue? Click continue. It is getting software update from ASA firewall. Click OK on this. There is no active ASA platform license installed. The ASCV is running in degraded mode. It's okay. Click OK. ASDM is loading the configurations from our ASA device. Click OK. This is the dashboard of our ASDM. The dashboard we can see device dashboard and firewall dashboard. Now we are in device dashboard. Under device dashboard, we can see device information, interface status, VPN summary, and other details also. And when you click firewall dashboard, we will see this traffic flow and other details. Now click on configuration. Under these configurations, we can see it is divided into 5 categories like device setup, firewall, remote access VPN, site-to-site VPN, and device management. By default, it will be in device setup page. In that, we can see already selected the startup wizard. Now we will do some configurations under this. On the right side, click launch startup wizard. Click on this. Now it is selected, modify existing configurations. Yes, we are going to modify some configurations. So click next. Next, in this section, we can change the host name and domain name. And I'll change the host name for this demo. I'll do ASA and click next. Next, outside interface configuration. Here we can see interface G01 is our outside interface. So it is by default, it is selected. If you want to change any interface name, we can change here. And now I will enable this interface. I'll give the interface name as outside. And now we have to give the IP address here. If you want to give static IP address, we can give here. But for this demo, I am going to use DHCP. So by that, our ASA will receive the IP address for this interface from our ISP cloud router. Click next. Other interface configuration. If you want to do any other interfaces, you can configure on this page. Click next. Next, static routes. Here we can configure static routes. For this demo, I'm going to configure the static default route from ASA's outside interface, pointing to internet ISP cloud router. So click on add. Interface, we have to select outside, and network, this is default route, so 0.0.0 and select any, and gateway IP 192.168.1.1. This is our ISP cloud router IP, and click OK. Here we can see our configurations. Click next. DHCP server. Here we can configure our ASA as DHCP server, but I'm not going to do this. Click next. Next, address translation NAT. If you want to do the NAT configurations, we can do here. For this demo, I am going to use PAT port address translation. So I will select here. And the next is it will use the IP address on the G01 interface. That is our outside interface of our ASA. And I'll click next. Next, administrative access. Here we can configure HTTPS, SSH, Telnet. We have already configured HTTPS access to access ASDM. I'm not going to configure for SSH and Telnet. So click next. Auto update server. This we are not going to do. Click next. And Cisco Smart Call Home Enrollment, we are not going to do. Click next. And startup wizard summary, configuration summary, we can see in this page whatever configurations we have made. And click finish. When you click finish, it will save all the configurations to our ASA. Here on the left side, under the startup wizard, we can see other settings like interface settings. On the interface settings, we can see the configurations what we have made earlier for the other interfaces inside and outside. Here we can see the outside interface received the IP address from our ISP cloud subnet range. And on the left side, we can see next topic is routing. Expand that, select static routes. Right side, we can see the static default route we have configured just now. Next, we will check the connectivity from inside network to outside network. By default, ASA will not allow ICMP traffic to pass through it. To allow ICMP, we have to modify policy map to include ICMP inspection. So we will modify the configurations using ASDM. So I'll go back to Windows PC. I'll open command prompt. I'll generate continuous ping now to any of outside IP address. I will ping 8.8.8 Google DNS server. I will do the continuous ping here. It will not work. Meantime, I'll go to ASDM. I'll modify the configurations here. To modify policy map, click on firewall, select firewall. Under the firewall, you select the service policy rules. On the right side, we can see the global policy map. Under the global policy map, select inspection default and then click edit. Here we are having 3 sections. In that, go to the rule actions. Under the rule actions, You can see here the ICMP is not selected. You select the ICMP and click OK. Now you click apply, and same time you can see on the command prompt. Now the traffic will pass through that. Yeah, here we can see. Now the ICMP traffic is successfully working. I will cancel this thing now. Next, we will see how to enable DNS services in ASA. So I'll go back to ASA CLI. I'll ping google.com. We'll check whether name resolution is working. It's not working. We have to enable DNS for this. The command is DNS domain lookup. We have to enable it on outside interface. Next, we have to add the name server. Name server, we can add it through CLI or ASDM. For this demo, I'll show it how to add it through ASDM. I have to refresh now because we have made some configurations in ASA CLI. Once I refresh, it will synchronize with the ASDM. Now, to add the name server, DNS server, click device management on the left side. Here you can see DNS, expand that, select DNS client. On the right side, we can see primary DNS server. We will add 8.8.8.8 and source interface outside and click apply. Now it is added. So once again, I'll go back to ASA CLI. Now I will ping google.com. It should work. It is working successfully. Now I will show you the running configurations from ASA CLI. Here we can see whatever configurations we have made through ASDM. Everything is synchronized here. You can see here outside interfaces we have configured. And the DNS name server we have added via ASDM. And other configurations, everything we can see here. We have added ICMP traffic under policy map. This also we can see here. If you want to see running configurations using ASDM, I'll show you how to do that. I'll go to Windows PC, ASDM. We will click on File here, the top. Show running configurations in new window. I will click on that. It will take you to the web page. We have to give our credentials, admin, Cisco. Here we can see our running configurations on the web page of ASDM. Now I will close this page. This is how we have to install ASDM in Windows PC and do configurations in ASA ASDM.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.